"We can't call you Adam while you're dressed like that," my mom said. "Do you like Amanda?" I don't know," I said. "Andrea?" my sister asked. "Maybe," I said. "Or maybe Annie?" I said, thinking about a character in a book I had read. "Annie with an E? Do you like it?" "Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the family, Annie," my sister told me. Boy to Girl. Family Support. Part 3. Final. That day we went to the other side of the city. My mom said that this way, I could rest assured that we wouldn't meet anyone I knew who might recognize me. I could hardly say I was calm. On the one hand, I couldn't believe that my mom and my sister were okay with me going out dressed as a girl. In fact, for the last few years, my biggest fear had been that they would see me dressed like that. I had never even thought about the possibility that someone else could see me. I felt nervous and worried. I didn't want them to realize that Elle was actually fascinated to see me like this. My mom and sister assured me that no one would know that I wasn't a girl. In some way, I knew that. My problem was that I knew it, and especially that they knew it. We first went to a mall that I didn't know. The first steps out of the car were scary. I even tried to walk, talk and move as masculine as possible. Although at 8 years old and with my physical features, and wearing a dress and a pair of Mary Janes, I only looked like an angry or tantrum girl. My sister asked me, "Do you want everyone to see you? Walk normally." "I'm walking normal," I answered her, but I knew I wasn't, and as usually happens, a few minutes later, I forgot about the drama, until I saw my reflection in the mirror of a dresser. At first, I didn't recognize myself. I could only see a girl walking with my mother and my sister. When I understood that it was me, a happiness that was difficult to describe invaded me, followed by the fear that my joy would be noticed, which forced me to pretend that I was angry again. The ridiculous sequence was repeated several times as we walked through the mall, but as my mother and sister talked as if nothing had happened and stopped in front of some stores to see something that caught their attention, little by little I felt calmer and more satisfied. I forgot the need to pretend. I started to enjoy the moment. Suddenly we arrived at a place that had the cabin of an airplane on the facade, and there were some families queuing to enter. It was called Kidzania. My mom asked us if we wanted to come in. I didn't know what it was about, but I definitely wanted to enter. It was a kind of city for children, where you could work as a firefighter, doctor, police officer, model, or in a store and earn money to spend on other activities. Adults can watch the activities but not participate, so most people let them just stay in the fast food area while the children put out fires, catch thieves, or treat injured people in ambulances or hospitals. There was a lot to do. One day is not enough for all the activities. As soon as my mom sat down at a table, my worry and fear vanished. Everyone in that place, children and adults, saw me as just another girl. I participated in several jobs to earn money, and as soon as I had some, I went to spend it at the beauty salon, where they did my hair, makeup, and painted my nails. I left there feeling like a real princess. There were even a couple of boys who approached me to talk, tried to buy me ice cream, and asked for my phone number. I felt flattered, but I didn't know how to react then. As soon as I saw my sister looking at me from a distance, I rejected the boy's invitation and walked away. A little later, when I was working as a nurse, I saw my sister again. She was waiting for me to come out to let me know that my mom already had a pizza and was waiting for us to eat with her. When we came to sit down, my resistance had completely disappeared. I had my hair done, my makeup on, My nails were painted and I acted as feminine as I could. Only once did I have to be reminded to close my legs and straighten my back. After pizza, my sister told me that we could go work as models at the fashion show, and that my mom could see us in the audience. I didn't even try to hide my excitement. They gave us a brief explanation of how we should walk and how to turn at the end of the walkway. They took our size and assigned us a small space that functioned as a dressing room. We did a couple of rehearsals and the sound system announced the catwalk for the audience. It was an experience. Going out on the catwalk for the first time in a short dress, with all the lights on me, and the room full of people, I was paralyzed for a moment. Then I simply started walking. Probably without any grace I reached the end. I took a small turn and I returned to my dressing room where a set of skirt and blouse was waiting for me, which I had to put on quickly while one of the staff girls put on and took off clips from my hair to give me a new hairstyle in seconds and line up behind two other girls who were ready to go out on the walkway. The second time, at least I tried to walk like a girl and make the turn more feminine. By the third exit, I had already located my mother with my eyes who was taking photos from her place, and before turning, I took a moment to pose before and after the turn. The last outing was the closing of the parade with all the girls together. When we left, my mother congratulated us both. She told us that we were the prettiest of all. Of course any mom would have said that, but for me, it was the first time and it was very special. On the way back home my mom first asked us if we liked the place. We answered yes. Then she asked us what activities we had enjoyed the most. I said that I had liked working as a firefighter. My sister said she liked driving the go-karts and the fashion show. Didn't you love it? You did it super well, told me. A little embarrassed, I smiled and said, yes, I liked that too. And how did you feel when they did your hair and makeup? My mom asked me. Weird, but okay, I said, still afraid. They even gave you nails. Let's see, let me see your hands. I showed them to her timidly. Didn't you love seeing yourself this pretty? Yes. Is different. I've never felt like this before, but, yeah. So you are going on vacation as a girl? She asked me like someone closing a sale. I hesitated a little before answering. Hey, yes, if you want. We are going to have a lot of fun. You'll love being a girl, you'll see. My sister said excitedly. Why do you doubt it? My mom asked. The thing is, I don't know if it's going to show. I feel like I don't know how to behave like a girl. You did very well today, but if you could get more used to it and learn to move like a girl, would that make you feel safer for the holidays? Yes, I think so. But how? It occurs to me that you can go to school as usual, as a boy, and in the afternoon we could sign you up for some girls' activity. This way you learn to be a girl and you can also have new friends. Would you like it? Like what activity? I asked. I don't know. It could be cheers or ballet. My mom said. Ballet. My sister said. Sign us up for ballet, Mom. Would you like that? My mom asked me. Say yes. My sister asked me. You're going to love it. Yes, I said with a combination of excitement and fear. That night I slept as usual, wearing shorts and a t-shirt, but all night I dreamed that I was in Kidzania modeling dresses, or dressed as a nurse, or as a theater actress. The following Monday we returned to school and everything seemed normal until my mother returned from work a little later than normal with 2 bags in her hands. I have a surprise for you, my mom said. On the way here, I saw a ballet academy and stopped to ask. And what do you think? They are already registered to start tomorrow. She gave each of us a bag. Inside came a pink leotard, an elastic skirt, white tights and some mallet flats. Tomorrow is your first class. From that day on, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I came home from school, took off my boy's uniform, put on my leotard, my skirt, my tights, my ballet slippers, and we went to ballet class. The first class was especially difficult. I loved seeing myself in all the mirrors, but I felt clumsy and unattractive. All the time I was afraid that someone would suspect that I was actually a boy. When I got home, I immediately returned to the safety of my boring boy's clothes. But when my mom asked me if I enjoyed the class, I couldn't say no. I just said that I felt awkward, along with the other girls. The other girls? My mom asked. I felt my face turn red. Well, but they have more time practicing, and also they have been girls all their life. Don't worry, you will see that in a few weeks you will be the best of all. As the weeks went by, things did indeed begin to change. My elasticity improved a lot, and without a doubt I began to learn to move like a girl. One afternoon, after leaving class, my mother took us to dinner at a restaurant near the house that we liked because it had a children's play area. I didn't even think about the possibility of someone recognizing me until, already in the playground, I collided head-on with a schoolmate who was running around with his brother. For a moment I thought he had recognized me, and that it would be a problem, but he just apologized, and chivalrously helped me up. I couldn't help but smile at his attention. It had barely been 2 months when my sister lost interest in ballet, but I continued, and by that time, I was at least on par with the other girls in the class. Walking, jumping, spinning and generally moving like a girl had become part of my nature, so much so that it was no longer possible to pretend that I didn't like it. Very soon I started dressing as a girl every afternoon when I got home from school and every weekend. The problem at that time was having to pretend at school that I was Adam and that I was a boy, when in reality, I knew I was Annie. When the long-awaited vacations for which, in theory I was preparing, arrived, at the end of March, at the Ballet Academy we were preparing our first performance. The vacation turned out to be everything we expected and more. We went to Moon Palace, a stunning all-inclusive resort in Cancun. In those 2 weeks we had all kinds of activities, slides, flow rider, tour to archaeological sites, shows, formal dinners, everything we wanted to eat or drink, including ice cream. Without a doubt, the best thing was being with my mother and my sister. We did everything together. We laughed. We went shopping. We had girl talks. We went to the spa. I had my first professional manicure and pedicure at the beauty salon. Overall, the bond between us had never been stronger. They never made me feel like I was doing something wrong. My only worry was thinking that when the holidays were over, I would no longer have an excuse to be Annie. When we were getting back on the plane, my mom asked me if I still thought the 3 wise men had made a mistake with my gift. No, Mom, they weren't wrong. I answered. So you did like spending your vacation with the clothes they brought you? I really liked it, Mom. Very much. In fact, I hesitated for a moment and stopped. Tell me. My mother insisted. Would you give me permission to stay like this? Just like a girl? She asked me. Yes, like Annie, I said. If that's what you want, of course, my girl. Just, you need to finish at least this school year like Adam. But, yes, I know, I interrupted her. But may I still go to ballet? Yes, of course you can. I finished the school year as Adam, but I continued going to the ballet academy and continued living as Annie every evening and weekend. For the next school year, My mom enrolled me in another school, where everyone knew me as Annie. That year, shortly after I turned 10, I started taking HRT, and at 14 my mom took me to Thailand for gender affirmation surgery. I don't remember exactly how old I was when I learned the truth about the three wise men, but I remember asking my mother why they brought me that gift. She told me that she had found my other letters, in which I asked to wake up as a girl. I knew it was going to be very difficult for you to tell us how you felt, so I decided to give you the opportunity to experiment your femininity for some time without guilt, and without you having to say it. I can't be more thankful. The end. That's all for today. If you like this story, please share, subscribe, like, and let me know what do you think about it.